Dear brothers and sisters, today I want to talk to you about a feeling that many of us experience at some point in our lives. That heaviness in the chest, that sense of unease, that feeling that something is changing, something is shifting. It might feel overwhelming, even frightening, but I want to remind you that sometimes this heaviness is a sign that your destiny is shifting, your path is being redefined by Allah, and that transformation is part of His divine plan. First and foremost, remember that Allah is the most merciful, the most compassionate. Nothing happens in our lives without His knowledge and permission. When you feel that burden in your chest, it's often because your soul is awakening to the changes that are coming. It's a moment of realization that growth is happening, even if it's uncomfortable. Brothers and sisters, change is a fundamental part of life. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself faced numerous challenges and moments of upheaval, but through patience, prayer, and tawakkul, reliance on Allah, he transformed difficulties into opportunities for greater faith and strength. So when your heart feels heavy, turn to Allah. Seek His guidance through prayer, through dua, and through patience. Understand that Allah's plan for you is greater than you can imagine. Sometimes the heaviness is a sign that your destiny is shifting towards something better. It might be a test, yes, but it is also an opportunity for renewal. The heaviness signifies that your soul is preparing for a new chapter, a chapter that may bring you closer to your purpose, closer to Allah. Do not despair nor feel overwhelmed. Remember the words of the Quran, indeed with hardship comes ease, Quran 94:6. Trust in Allah's wisdom. Trust that the heaviness in your chest is temporary. It is a sign that Allah is reshaping your life for something more meaningful. In moments of difficulty, increase your dhikr, your remembrance of Allah. Seek comfort in the Quran. Reflect on the blessings you still have. And have faith that every hardship is a stepping stone towards Allah's mercy and your ultimate success in this world and the hereafter. Heaviness in the chest signifies that your destiny is shifting and that change is part of Allah's divine plan. It is a sign of spiritual awakening and transformation, not something to fear. The feeling of heaviness in the chest is often misunderstood or feared, but in reality, it can be a profound sign that your destiny is shifting. When a person experiences this sensation, it may seem like a burden or a weight that is difficult to bear, but beneath that discomfort lies a deeper spiritual significance. It indicates that something within you is awakening, transforming, or preparing for a new phase in life. This heaviness is not random. It is a divine signal that Allah is guiding you through a process of change that is ultimately for your betterment. Many people go through times in their lives where everything feels uncertain or heavy, and they may wonder why they are experiencing such turmoil. They might feel overwhelmed by their emotions, anxious about the future, or confused about what is happening around them. However, it is important to recognize that Allah's plan for each of us includes moments of difficulty and upheaval, because these moments serve a purpose. They are part of His divine wisdom to purify, strengthen, and elevate our souls. When your chest feels heavy, it is often because your soul is awakening to the reality that change is imminent or already unfolding. It is a sign that your heart is being prepared to accept new blessings, new opportunities, or even new challenges that will ultimately bring you closer to your purpose in life. This heaviness can also be a reflection of the internal struggle we all face when we are called to leave behind old habits, comfort zones, or ways of thinking that no longer serve us. It is a sign that you are growing beyond your current limitations, and that Allah is shaping your character through trials and experiences. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, endured numerous hardships and moments of heaviness, yet he remained patient and steadfast. His life teaches us that these feelings are part of the journey of faith and spiritual growth. When the heart feels burdened, it is often because Allah is giving us an opportunity to turn to Him more sincerely, to increase our reliance and trust. Furthermore, this heaviness can be a form of divine mercy. It is a gentle reminder that we are alive, that our hearts are still connected to Allah, and that we have the chance to realign ourselves with His guidance. It signals that we are not static, rather we are in a process of becoming. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, sometimes allows us to feel this weight to shake us out of complacency, to make us more conscious of our spiritual state, and to motivate us to seek His forgiveness, mercy, and guidance. The heaviness is a sign that our souls are in the process of realignment, and that new doors are about to open. It is also essential to understand that this feeling is temporary. Just as night turns into dawn and storms give way to clear skies, this heaviness will pass. Allah's promise is that after hardship comes ease, and the shifting of destiny is part of that divine promise. When you feel that weight, use it as a reminder that Allah is near and that He is actively working in your life. Turn to Him in prayer, ask for patience, and trust that what is happening is for your ultimate good, even if you cannot see it clearly in the moment. In essence, the heaviness in the chest is a divine sign that your life is moving towards a new chapter. It is a sign that Allah is actively guiding your steps, even if you do not fully understand the wisdom behind the process right now. Embrace this feeling with patience and faith, knowing that it is an indication of spiritual growth and that Allah's plan is always better than what we can imagine. Trust that this shift is part of His mercy and that it is leading you closer to the best version of yourself in this world and in the hereafter. Trust in Allah's wisdom and remember that every hardship is followed by ease. Patience and reliance on Him are essential during times of difficulty. Increased remembrance and prayer can provide comfort and guidance. Trust in Allah's wisdom and remembering that every hardship is followed by ease is fundamental to maintaining faith and resilience during difficult times. When facing trials, challenges, or moments of hardship, it is natural for the human heart to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or even hopeless at times. However, the essence of true faith lies in recognizing that Allah's wisdom surpasses our understanding and that His plans are ultimately for our benefit, even when we cannot see it in the moment. Believing that after hardship comes ease provides comfort and reassurance, anchoring the believer in patience and reliance on Allah's mercy. This trust is rooted in the Quranic promise indeed. With hardship comes ease. Quran 94:6. This verse is a powerful reminder that difficulties are temporary and that Allah's mercy and ease are always near, ready to follow every trial. In times of hardship, it is crucial to remind ourselves that Allah, in His infinite wisdom, allows challenges to come into our lives to purify us, elevate our iman, and prepare us for greater blessings. These hardships are not arbitrary. They serve a divine purpose that we may not immediately perceive. Often they are opportunities for growth, patience, and increased reliance on Allah. When we face difficulties, it is an invitation to turn to Allah more sincerely, to seek His guidance, and to strengthen our connection with Him through prayer, supplication, and reflection. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, exemplified patience and trust in Allah's plan, even in the most trying moments of his life. His life teaches us that hardship and ease are interwoven, and that our perseverance and faith during trying times will eventually lead to relief. Remembering that ease follows hardship also encourages us to be patient and steadfast. Patience is not passive resignation, but an active trust that Allah's timing is perfect. It involves enduring difficulties with a calm heart, knowing that Allah's mercy is vast and that He does not burden a soul beyond its capacity. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Wondrous is the affair of the believer, for there is good for him in every matter. And this is not the case with anyone except the believer. If he is granted ease, he is grateful, and this is good for him. And if he is afflicted with a hardship, he is patient, and this is good for him." Sahih Muslim. This hadith emphasizes that both ease and hardship are opportunities for good, depending on how we respond. Trusting Allah's wisdom means accepting that both experiences are part of His divine plan and that they are ultimately meant to draw us closer to Him. In moments of difficulty, it is also beneficial to reflect on the countless stories of prophets and righteous people who endured hardships with patience and unwavering faith. Their examples serve as guiding lights and proof that Allah's promise of ease indeed follows hardship. For instance, Prophet Ayub, Job endured severe illness, loss of family and hardship, yet he remained patient and trusted in Allah's mercy. His story reminds us that perseverance in adversity is rewarded. Similarly, the stories of the Prophet Ibrahim, Abraham, and others show that trusting in Allah's wisdom, even when it is not fully understood, leads to eventual relief and blessings. Furthermore, trusting in Allah's wisdom involves surrendering our limited understanding and recognizing that Allah's knowledge encompasses all things. Sometimes we may not understand why certain hardships occur, but faith requires us to accept that Allah's wisdom is greater than ours. We are called to believe that He is the most merciful, the most compassionate, and the most wise. When we remember this, it becomes easier to endure difficulties with patience and hope. We learn to see setbacks as opportunities for spiritual growth and trust that Allah's mercy is greater than any difficulty we face. This trust also entails turning to Allah in prayer, asking for strength to endure, and seeking His guidance and support. Ultimately, the belief that ease follows hardship transforms our perspective from despair to hope. It encourages us to view challenges as temporary and as part of the divine plan for our betterment. It reminds us that Allah's mercy is vast and no difficulty will remain forever. This trust is a source of inner strength, helping us to navigate life's trials with resilience, patience, and unwavering faith. It reassures us that no matter how tough the journey may seem, Allah's promise is true, and ease is always near, waiting to follow every hardship. This conviction sustains the believer, guiding them through the darkest moments with the light of hope and trust in Allah's divine wisdom. Finally, brothers and sisters, be patient, be steadfast, know that Allah's promise is true. He is the best of planners. Your destiny is shifting because Allah loves you and wants to elevate you, to purify your heart, and to prepare you for what is to come. So, embrace the heaviness as a sign of change. Welcome it with patience, gratitude, and trust in Allah. For indeed, after hardship comes ease, and Allah's mercy is greater than any burden you may feel. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad.